following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Virtuosos podcast. I'm your host, Jules Houston. Before we get into anything, I just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Thank you for all the support on all the socials. It means a lot to us. We guys really want to see you comment more. You know, it was a pretty interesting week at the Super Bowl, commercials, all that stuff. We're going to touch on everything. But if you guys could buy some merch, I'm saying it's not no cheap $20, full set outfit, you know what I'm saying? You still got to spend some money, but
it's not an emoji fit.
Yeah, it's not Galaxy joggers, but it's
ramen noodle outfit.
Ramen noodle outfit. But thank you guys once again for all the support. But more importantly, start off with this episode. Damon, go ahead.
All right, man. I've been waiting all week for this, man. Let me put the glasses on, bro, because it's gonna get a little crazy in here, all right? I'm going to start off by saying, because I've been waiting to respond.
Oh, he pulling out the receipts.
You got to pull out the receipts.
Based mellow, right? RG3, right? Shut your dumb ass up. What did I tell you, bro? I told y'all, listen, man, I will say this, all right? I thought the Super Bowl was going to be, the first half was boring as shit. I ain't going to lie. I thought that was going to be how it was all 4 quarters. That shit turned up. My stomach hurting. I'm nervous and shit. My team's not even playing. You know what I mean? Shout out Juan Jennings. You know what I mean? I brought him up last week. You know, he went out there, damn near the second best player in the whole Super Bowl type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but threw for a touchdown, catch for a touchdown. So shout out to him, and shout out to the Chiefs defense. Like I said, bro, when shit get tight, when shit get rough, I got that secondary beating the Niners offense. You know what I'm saying? Now I go to this comment right here. Motherfuckers is bringing up George Kittle. Did anybody see George Kittle during the Super Bowl?
Saw him go to the locker room.
Yo, it was a TikTok. It was like. Bro thought he was gonna be in the edit. He was like, "You're not gonna deny me." Like, like you thought he was gonna get an edit about you. Like, nah, you're cooked. You're not getting.
No, the vengeance. Somehow come back with a vengeance. Like, bro, yeah, 2 catches, 4 yards, man. Like, I could have did that.
How is that possible? Like, one of the best tight ends in the league.
Getting tackled immediately.
Catches, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Deebo Samuel, two end arounds, 1 catch in the middle of the field, 33 yards. Whatever. What do you do? Ayuk, you know what I'm saying? Future Patriot, because you know how niggas get to be sore losers and shit. Now he don't like being a Niner. He could be a future Patriot. You know what I mean? I'll take him.
I would have liked being a Niner either if McDuffie and Snead was guarding me all game.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate being a Niner.
I don't like being a Niner, man. But the game was better than I expected, especially in the second half. Mahomes was another one.
The best quarterback I've ever seen with my 2 eyes.
I said that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, but we gotta, you know what I mean?
Bro,
Kelsey's a different story. I don't care what nobody say. Gronk the greatest tight end to me ever, but.
That's still a conversation to have.
Yeah, that's still a conversation.
Mahomes is just...
It's not, you know what I'm saying? Mahomes, I feel like you can start leaning that way because of, you know what I'm saying, how we were looking at the beginning of the season. We were like, dude, this team is not good. Like, the drops going to come back to haunt them. I kept saying, like, the drops are going to come back to haunt them at some point.
Them playoffs started, bro, and them drops went away.
They went away. I think they literally had 2. I think they said they only had 2.
I mean,
that's very good for how much they passed the ball.
The most disappointing thing to me is that Kadarius Toney didn't play.
Like,
that's my Super Bowl MVP.
Like, why do I have a voided bet
at
3 o'clock in the afternoon?
That'd be my Super Bowl MVP, but I get it, I guess. Need distraction.
That's sad, man. You called it too, Jules. You said he might not play. I thought he would though, man. I thought he had a chance, but
And then of course I talk shit, and McCole Hardman ends up being the best player. Like, come on, where McCole Hardman come from?
Did y'all know Chris Conley was still in the league?
Bruh,
no, he's the best special team player.
Because when I was talking about special teams, like, I did not think it was gonna be the Gunners. Like, the Gunners on both teams
going hard,
they were
bro.
flying out the gate. I'm talking like adrenaline. Speaking of adrenaline. Prayers for Drake Greenlaw. I mean, you could tell he wanted to be there very, very badly, but you gotta calm your happy ass down.
He was getting me lit though, bro. Them first couple drives, bro. He was making tackles. He was
like, I'm like, I feel that. I'm like, ooh. Then there's like, earn a commercial break. The defense after a huge, after a good punt. He ran out in the field. I see Fred Warner. He lit. He just, you know what I'm saying? He tried. He been there before. They like, oh, you ain't been there before. He
smack his homie. He's like,
I'm like, what the fuck? I thought he hurt his quad or something. Because at first he like went down.
He went down real weird.
Then he went down to like his Achilles area. So
as soon as he got back up and could put weight on it and was limping, I was like, that's Achilles.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming he'll be out
the
probably
whole next season,
next year.
most likely.
This is February. I mean, odds you coming back, being an explosive linebacker, the coverage linebacker
Yeah,
that you are. And when he went down.
They attacked Oren Burks. I don't know if y'all saw the stats.
Changed.
Like, they threw at Oren Burks like 9 times. It was 9 completions for like 140 yards.
All of Kelsey's completions besides one. I think it was
like
on
that
Fred
was,
Warner.
like,
and Fred Warner was there. He just...
They're like, Oren Burks. I remember when he came back, they're like, Oren Burks is an experienced backup. He's not Drake Greenlaw.
He's experienced at being a backup. I agree.
That's not, I'm not talking shit about him, but it's just like, he's not Drake Greenlaw. There's no reason you could expect him to even keep up that pace.
Drake Greenlaw was playing so good. I think he actually had a tackle on the quarterback. He does not touch the quarterback ever. He had a tackle on Mahomes.
His line the whole year was a half sack.
Yeah, and that's his most sacks he had since 2021 or something like that.
You know,
It's unreal. But from your standpoint, Damon, you said the game was a lot closer, obviously. So from what you've seen from both sides, imagine the conversation we'd be having today if the 49ers do end up winning that game. Like, Juwan Jennings, Super MVP, most likely. I mean, like,
I think they would have given it to McCaffrey on some real shit.
DeMond wouldn't have a mic right now.
On that fucking touchdown, that motherfucker took off. I've never seen him run that fast in my life.
When he threw that ball, I was like, oh, that's a pick. He caught that shit. I was like,
bro, Nick Bolton was on that.
Yeah,
Nick Bolton was on that.
That was a good block, though. They showed the replay, bro. Like, the offensive lineman chipped him just enough and knocked him down, bro. As soon as McCaffrey caught that ball, I was like, oh, that's a touchdown. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Damon was a couple plays away from not having a mic this week.
Yo, we texting. I'm like, I put all caps Juwan Jennings. I'm like, you got a video to make. Like, I was like, make the video right now.
Just do it.
I never lost faith in the Chiefs.
I did call him a victim of circumstance, though. You know what I'm saying? I did say when everybody else guarded, he gonna be the one that get the catches. You know
he was getting guarded by like their third corner too. So,
I couldn't even tell you.
Actually,
he caught the touchdown on Snead. I think.
Oh, did he?
Actually, he caught the touchdown on Snead.
That was a tough cut.
Yeah, he broke a crazy tackle.
Yeah,
that was a tough one
he
too.
literally didn't go down.
I've been a Juwan Jennings guy forever, man. That was my Madden
I
guy.
love Juwan Jennings.
My Madden guy. I fuck with Juwan.
He's gonna be a fucking killer on the Panthers next year.
Yeah,
with 80 mil.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. I'm like,
what
bad team is picking him up next year because he's only 25.
He could definitely be a wide receiver too somewhere. Like he's definitely not gonna like take over a game or like that, but he could be a very consistent wide receiver. He's got good hands.
He's a good run blocker. He has good hands. Tall as shit. Very athletic.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, could do other things besides.
He can throw the ball.
You know that throw's ugly as hell. You can obviously do more things than just catch the ball. But his, like you said, he's a victim of circumstance. Like, I mean, if you look at Brandon Ayuk, if Brandon Ayuk leaves, what stops the 49ers from bringing back Juwan Jennings and putting him into their second wide receiver in terms of targets? Debo back at number 1, that looks disgusting to me still.
Yeah.
I think if you do lose Brandon Ayuk, you're probably in hell.
Yeah, and it's just kind of rough to see. Like, I get emotions are high after a Super Bowl, but you don't want to see your number 1 wide receiver say, "Don't forget what got you here."
And it wasn't even like mainly him. It really got into like I think his brother or sister. I'm not sure which one. And his girlfriend really did drag it a little bit more. And it's for me, it's like, okay, I get it. First team All Pro. He didn't really touch the ball a lot. And I can't say that like, well, some people can wait their turn because we seen Kelsey get mad over the first drive of the game. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say that like he waited his turn.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's like he still had good targets. I mean, like he got targeted.
I didn't think he played a bag. He did what he could do. You know what I'm saying?
But it also what it was too is that like I don't want to be that guy, but he had 3 catches and 2 of them were on a backup safety. Mike Edwards isn't even a starter.
I'm saying, I'm like, were you open or were you getting locked up? And the one time he was open. Well, I wouldn't say he was open. If they designed the play differently, because it was the play in the red zone for an overtime. McCaffrey's coming on the end around and they fake it, and it's McCaffrey. It's McCaffrey on this end around, Ayuk, and then I think Juwan Jennings. There was only 2 guys over there. Yeah. Either you helping McCaffrey get that touchdown, or you letting Ayuk get that touchdown. And Chris McCaffrey was open. Unfortunately, I think Chris Jones got crazy penetration. I think Carl Loftus was closing in.
And they had good games for the fact that they don't rotate out their D-line.
They were
their ass off.
Disgusting in that fourth quarter. I mean, they were not getting any pressure in that fourth quarter at all. And then once overtime comes, of course, they
just wake up.
How do y'all feel about the Niners taking the ball first?
Damian said he wouldn't have.
I said I wouldn't have.
I said I still think they made the right decision because of, I mean, why not? Yeah. You know what you need once you go back out there on defense. You get the touchdown, you still got to stop them. You get a field goal, you still got to stop them. You don't score, you still got to stop them. It's like your defense wasn't playing bad, but in that second half, how bad they were playing, I guess you could say there's an argument to be made for them to defend.
I know Shanahan came out and explained that like the analytics guys they talked to said that like the odds weren't very far apart as far as what you should do.
Yeah.
I just feel like me personally, what you said, that defense started getting tore up. Kelsey was on fire. The big plays started to happen.
Cool them off.
You know, you know what I'm saying. At
they
that
sent
point,
it to overtime, right?
Yeah.
I said that they should have like play defense first because then you have 4 downs when you get back on the field. And if Mahomes score, you get 4 chances to score.
The Chiefs
if they kick a field goal, you know what I'm saying, maybe you settle for 3 in your second drive or you got that 4th down, you can go for it again. But you getting the ball first and you putting 3 out, it's like, okay, you got Mahomes on the last possession of the season. You know what's going to happen. He's going to score. 95% of the time, he's going to score. Yeah, so it's like it's tough to balance.
But I also do think, as we said, hindsight is 2020 though.
Yeah,
I'm sure the Niners just weren't thinking like, we're gonna let them. You know.
Now, with that being said, they said they didn't know the rules. At that rate,
I don't believe that.
That is bullshit.
Yeah, Kyle Juszczyk did retract that. He said we knew the rules. Yeah. We didn't know what the plan was from
after they did that.
And that's a look at Shanahan. Like I said, like if the 49ers really in hell, I would say yes. I would say for the last 4 or 5 years, y'all been a competitive team. You know what I'm saying? You had Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy for the other 2. You've been pretty good. The odds you going back Super Bowl again, the odds you going to play Kansas City Chiefs are very, very high. Do you want that matchup again? Mm-hmm. Obviously you don't. But you need to find a way to beat this team. Mm-hmm. There's no way back-to-back years the same exact situation. You're playing the better defense, playing the better offense. You're up, you're controlling the game, and you lose. Mm-hmm. How do you lose this game once again? But like looking at the coin toss thing, it's like if you get the ball second, and I think this is a detriment to Kyle Shanahan. Do you trust Brock Purdy to win the game? To be down, you know what I'm saying, a field goal and go down and get a drive to win the game.
And I don't even think Purdy played bad, but I also just don't think they needed to rely on him as heavily as they did. They threw the ball way more than he needed to.
We drop back again, up 10-3. We got Christian McCaffrey. He just scored last drive.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's just really my thing. Is like I get you can't run the ball 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. I understand that. I get you have to keep him because he had a good first half. I understand that, but you don't go away from the number 1 rusher in the league. And you have to do something. Debo only had 2 carries. Like if you want this year supposed to be your top 3 player. Yeah. Why is he not getting balls? Getting the ball on the run game or on jet sweep something like you just can't. The Chiefs' weakness was their run game, their run defense, and you went after their strength.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, I'm watching this team. I'm like, here go Kyle Shanahan once again in a pissing contest against some of the best coaches in the league. He did it with Belichick. He did it with Andy Reid twice already, and he did it with McVay. Yeah. You are like 0-5 against these coaches. Like you have 0 wins against these coaches. I think in your career. I'm sorry. He would have won. He would have beat McVay. He has a win this year against McVay. So
he did beat Belichick, but that's when Cam was the quarterback. That was in COVID year.
You're right. That's when you had that tough ass schedule.
Yeah, them motherfuckers blew us out.
But to get into, the other things about the Super Bowl, I mean, halftime show, pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
I liked it a lot. It was pretty. I'll try to tell people, I was like, I didn't think Usher had enough to do it by himself. Yeah. And he didn't. The type of performer that he is, he's a performer where everything's like extra. Yeah. The voice ain't always going to be there.
And that's what I kind of said that I enjoyed about it. It's like sometimes, is it good to have a good singer out there? Sure. But I mean, if it's the Super Bowl halftime show, I want a spectacle.
I want that shit to look crazy. And it looked crazy.
And to me, it was just good visual. It was a spectacle. It was what you expect from a Super Bowl halftime show. We don't get that very often. So, at least nowadays.
Yeah. And then they had Damon up there. When Usher was taking, if you look in the far right, he hit that.
I thought Damon was the one that got launched in the air when Lil Don came out.
He's like, look, I say, I'm like, did I just see a man get launched?
I asked him like, these real people, bro. Like,
they was mad NPC-ish.
That's what I'm saying. The camera right here.
I was thinking, I'm like, do they have plants go on the field to watch that shit?
Probably.
I feel like
there can't be real fans.
We watched some old ones. I was watching the Coldplay.
Actually, no, maybe it does. They have the VIP seats that are literally on the field. I mean, it could have been real people.
Bro, I watched the Coldplay one, and I'm like, these can't be real people. Beyonce dancing, you know what I'm saying, on the edge of stage, the one girl
there's no way your head bopping.
You must be the cousin of Beyonce. Because I don't care. I don't care if I'm her best friend. I don't care if I met her in first grade. I'm getting turned up. Beyonce dancing in front of me. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's one of the better halftime shows, actually. And I remember at the time of my age, I did not appreciate that shit. I didn't know a lot of Coldplay songs. Now I know a lot of Coldplay songs. I love that shit now, looking back on it. But it's just funny. I'm like, they some fucking NPCs out here because they not lit enough.
They not, bro. Camera right in front of them.
Head bopping. Like, all right, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
Straight Justin Hughes is out there, man.
Come on, man.
Shout out JH2, man.
Yeah, JH2, man. Let's go.
Commercial wise,
A pretty weak year.
Yeah.
It's been weak for the last couple.
it was
years.
so weak. I forgot it even on. Like I was just like, get back to the fucking game.
The Chris
bro.
Pratt one was okay, I guess. Like he was like Mr. Pringle. Like that's cool, I guess.
Shocker, more voice acting for Chris Pratt.
No, seriously. Foot commercial, I guess. Shout out to
Jesus does not. Jesus, what is it? Jesus doesn't judge.
I mean, shout out Jesus. I guess
he washed feet.
I guess he got a foot fetish. Shout out Jesus.
What are we doing? I mean, he kinky, I guess. Just like me.
The best commercials of the Super Bowl were the trailers. Like realistically, like those are the only ones that you could walk away from and be like, damn, okay, those were cool.
Yeah, and they announced obviously which ones we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Commercials this year, which is always a good thing.
Honestly, I don't even know if I like that anymore. Social media is just such a weird point where like nothing's a surprise anymore.
Yeah.
Like I would love to turn on the Super Bowl and watch it and be like, "Oh shit, a trailer I wasn't expecting."
Yeah.
You know
what year
like,
was it? They did do that though. Like,
did Endgames drop without an announcement?
I think
Endgame was a Super Bowl one. I just don't know if it had an announcement.
I want to say Black Panther had like a surprise.
Like that's just like my thing is like there's just no surprises anymore. Like I would just love to like I don't watch cable. Super Bowl's like the one time a year I watch cable. I would just love to turn that shit on and be like, oh shit, trailer for Deadpool. Like no way, would never expect that. They were announcing that shit 24 hours before the Super Bowl.
Shit, even more than that. I'm seeing that shit like days before.
Yeah, like come on. You're like, yeah, this is one of the first Super Bowl commercials. Like what? Like come on, bro. Like surprise me at least a little bit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, compared to last year, bro, them shits was not valid, man.
Nah, man, I said it during the game, bro. I ain't been happy about a Super Bowl commercial since Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Like that was the last good Super Bowl commercial to me, man.
Favorite, I think my favorite one was the Volkswagen commercial with Neil Diamond. It was I Said was on. I was like,
you did say that, yeah.
I was like, but other than that, I mean, I'm obviously buying a Volkswagen soon. But other than that, I don't really care for it. I don't really like, oh, I gotta watch.
Yeah, that's not why I'm watching. You know, but it is cool to have like if they're gonna show them at least do something. You guys dole out a lot of money for these commercials. At least give me something memorable.
My favorite one, last year I think it was a Tubi commercial. I think it was the one where like they
cut it off mid game. It looked
bro. I'm watching it with Lang. Son, Lang get the spaz. He thought I turned this shit off. He was like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck, you?
Demond, what did you doing, bro?
He's like, Demond, fuck you, bro. Why would you turn it?
If the Patriots in there, you wouldn't have turned it off, right?
Nigga was spazzing on me. I'm like, yo, relax. Like, I did not turn that shit off, son. He was spazzing on me.
Why did Temu get 3 commercials?
Like, bro, they had so many. I feel like it was the same commercial every time.
Bro, dude said they took your credit card information to pay for that Super Bowl commercial.
I've been deleted. After that, the whole they get way too much information. I delete the fuck out of that.
Son, I did not expect to see 3 Temu commercials in the first half.
And they making all that money. I mean, shit. Everybody want to buy iPhones and fucking houses and shit. Like, why the fuck are you buying an apartment?
You put a pop-up house off Temu.
Actually, it's a 3-foot house that we gave to you that you could live in if you was 3 feet tall.
Yeah, using that shit for Ivy, man.
But there was a memorable commercial, and I'll let you get into it, Damien.
Yeah, so finally got some big news, man. Deadpool trailer. Finally waiting for that to happen. We've been waiting, that's the only Marvel movie we're getting this year. Super excited to see it. The trailer did not disappoint. I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times since it released. It's just exactly what you expect. I mean, it's getting an R rating. I'm glad they're not trying to nullify it down for the MCU. They sparked it off early, man. Dude said that pegging's not new to him. It's Disney. Like, immediately sparked it.
Yeah, he said that. I'm like, yeah, they wilding again.
Yeah, I already knew. I was like, as soon as they said the show, I was like, yo, this is the regular Deadpool. I was like, they not nerfing him at all, man.
That's what I was waiting. I was on to see something in the previews, which, I mean, they try to manipulate in the previews, obviously, but I think it's still going to be.
And, like, it was just, like, super cool, man. They just saw, like, a lot of, like, cool stuff, like, I saw some tweets where they were like, is this like a different universe? Like, obviously you didn't watch the end of Deadpool 2 credit scenes. Like, he saved everybody. Like, nobody died. Like, he went back and saved everybody. It was cool to see all the different characters back again. Shatterstar Colossus. His girlfriend's obviously back. He's got a fucking toupee on. And then, obviously he goes to the TVA and immediately you see, it looks like Avengers Age of Ultron. To me, the snow scene. He salutes Captain America. Like, he calls himself Marvel Jesus. It's just a super fun premise. Obviously, you don't get a lot of Wolverine. They're obviously going to save that for a bigger trailer. You're not going to.
I like the way they did it.
Yeah. You're not going to give away your biggest product right away. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I think there's going to be more to it. I mean, you see another guy that looks like Wolverine. I don't think that's Hugh Jackman. in the all white tux or whatever. I don't think that's Hugh Jackman at all. I think that's gonna be a different version of Wolverine.
Maybe their future Wolverine.
Yeah, maybe the MCU's Wolverine. Like this movie is gonna have very big implication. I think this is gonna be like Marvel's like loophole movie.
Yeah.
Anything that needs to be tied up, anything that needs to be taken care of is gonna be happening in this movie. He's got a lot on his plate, but I think that was like probably. I'm excited, man. Like this was just a teaser.
Yeah.
This
it
is
really
literally
was
a teaser, and I feel like it got me so excited off just the teaser. Like, usually teasers are just like very, very small sample size. I mean, this is a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And you see like obviously the super cool scene with him reloading his pistols in the slow motion.
Oh my God,
they're fighting in
was
front
so
of the 20th
clean.
Century Fox film logo.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what's making me think like we're probably gonna see him maybe kill off some of the old X-Men. Like or fight some of the old X-Men. We might get some cameos or something.
Yeah, I could see him. I mean, I wouldn't say not important characters, but like a Quicksilver, like go kill Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Evan
just like stuff
Quicksilver,
like that.
Because you're gonna recast him, obviously, it seems like, and stuff like that. Like you might get, what I'm saying, old Cyclops. I forgot who plays him again. What's his name? James Madison. I think?
Yeah, I forget. I forget
it's
the
James
old
Madison.
one, yeah.
I want to say it is. I think you can see him coming and getting killed. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've seen. I forgot what actress it was, but they did announce somebody that was playing Elektra.
Yep.
I'm saying I doubt she makes out the movie. That's potentially somebody.
Jennifer Garner.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're right. Yeah.
And then there's like things that like Blake Lively, who's Ryan Reynolds' wife, she's gonna play Lady Deadpool. Like we're gonna see like Dogpool's in it. It's gonna be a lot of different. We're gonna see variants. That's what the TVA is with. Every time the TVA is involved, you're gonna see variants. You're gonna see different outcomes.
We've seen the Deadpool from obviously X-Men Origins. We've seen him without the mouth, but he's still talking.
And honestly, somebody made a
muffled.
really good point. Was like they could even see like like they're fighting in front of the 20th Century Fox film logo. That could be the Void from Loki. The TVA is involved, so I mean that could very easily that's how maybe we can get some characters from the Void. They could reuse them to bring in future characters. You know what I'm saying? This movie has a lot of. It's scary to have so much on its plate, but I feel like they have a lot of freedom with it because this is not a character that's tied to anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's really where their best freedom comes into play. I do.
One character's
like this character. So like this character. So like that's why I say like I feel like that's why this movie can do what it needs to do and still be good. Because like I said, Deadpool has no ties to anything. He's not in the MCU yet.
Yeah.
So this could literally wipe out everything they need to and then just move forward with this. I could see a big post-credit scene coming by the end of it, something that's going to set up the future, something that we're not expecting, a character reveal, something. I'm expecting to see Professor X. I'm expecting to see, Magneto or somebody big. Not post-credit wise, but just in general. Patrick Stewart's still out here doing damn cameos in every other movie.
Yeah, he had a cameo.
He was in the Marvels. Yeah,
in the Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, and he was in the with Tua. Absolutely. Shout out Tua. He can't throw far.
Yeah, that's why they had Patrick Stewart though. Hey Arnold.
Yeah, it was literally Arnold.
Fucking hilarious.
There were some other, and so yeah, I'm really excited for that. That's like I said, Marvel's hopefully moving in the right direction with that. I mean, that's exciting. There were some other good movie trailers. Wicked. I've personally not been into the Wizard of Oz, so I don't know much about it. I know people are excited about that. Twisters is getting a sequel 30 years later. My mom was excited about that.
I was tweaking.
Shout out, mom, man. Anthony Ramos is in it, so I'll probably give it a watch. What else was there?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet, which I mean, the original trilogy was really good. I don't know if the story is just going to keep going into the future with the apes.
They got to keep going.
I don't know if they're rebooting
they make
it.
no more money. And
Yeah,
Gabe stopped getting Planet of the Apes tattoos.
Shout out Gabe, man, because ape no kill.
Like, why do you have that in your titty, bro? Like,
Gabe also drinks Skittles
Gabe
water.
drinks Skittle water.
He goes to urgent care for his primary care.
So, realistically, I can't say much about Gabe.
Yeah, man.
He's not a real person.
Gabe's just Gabe is the NPC. He would be bobbing his head at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was in that crowd for sure.
And you know what we'll do is to segue off of that, just because we talked about Deadpool. Like I said, obviously going to be cool to see Hugh Jackman come back and all that. That's how it ends. Also, a really cool little Easter egg: Secret Wars comic laying next to Deadpool at the very end. If you go back and watch the trailer,
see that,
Secret Wars obviously is going to be the last big Avengers movie of this. What's that word? Phase.
Yeah,
Phase,
phase.
Yeah.
I'm about to say stage.
Yeah, like
I don't even know what it's
yeah, it's
called.
like a big Secret Wars thing. Like Hugh Jack. Obviously people are expecting big stuff from that. But Marvel also made another big announcement yesterday, from their family to ours. Fantastic Four reveal. Insane. I was not expecting to wake up on Valentine's Day to that.
You right. I was trying to bid on players in the auction
Yeah,
draft.
literally. Me and Jules were in an auction draft fighting for our lives over Justin Fields and Anthony Richardson, and then we get big news like that. The first thing I want to say before I even get into the castings, just showing how they're marketing this film compared to how it was originally. Thank God they dropped John Watts. I'm not gonna lie. John Watts did okay with the Spider-Man movies, but he's just very bland looking. They had that old Fantastic Four look. This looks insane. The way the outfits look on the characters, it's got like that old school kind of feel. It's gonna take place in the '60s.
Yeah, I think it's
just
1961.
Yeah, like somewhere like '62, something like that. It just looks like, I know we're only dealing with a drawn, poster, but I just feel like the vibe of it is gonna feel a lot better, because Marvel has a tendency to overdo things. It's gonna be something basic. Give me something old timey,
Yeah.
It kind of has like that WandaVision feel.
I'm about to say they gave me a WandaVision vibe.
Yeah, like, and I like that,
yeah.
especially like the WandaVision episode, like where she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like that '60s, '70s kind of vibe. And so, to get into the castings, obviously Pedro Pascal, probably a top 3 biggest actor in the world right now.
Yeah, you get him attached to any project.
Yeah,
gonna make money.
and so he's gonna be playing Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby, who was in Napoleon, played Napoleon's wife, who was super good actress, very attractive. She's gonna be playing Sue Storm. Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn, blew up off Stranger Things. He's now in A Quiet Place Day 1. He's in Gladiator 2. He's now in Fantastic Four. Yeah. I mean, his career took off Stranger Things. I know a lot of people didn't like him off Stranger Things because it was a cringe character or whatever. He didn't choose that. Yeah. He acted to the best of his ability. They wrote that for him. And then I have the hardest time pronouncing that guy's name. I think it's Moss Arbeck. It's like Eben Moss Arbeck or whatever.
I think it's Eben. I say Eban when I see it off first glance, but I think it's Eben Moss Arbeck.
Yeah, and he's playing The Thing, which is, I just don't know much about him. I know he's in The Bear. He won an Oscar. Yeah. So, I mean, he's definitely got to be very good.
Very noticeable face nowadays, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, his work is...
I know he's Cousin.
That's Cousin.
That's Cousin.
That's, what's his name? Micro from... and Punisher. So, I mean, like, he's starting to be a more noticeable face.
Yeah.
His voice is very noticeable as well. So, I mean...
Yeah, he was in Andor, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I knew he looked familiar. I just couldn't figure it out. And so it's really cool to see that. I like how The Thing, it looks like a normal like bodybuilder. I don't like when The Thing is made to be bigger than the Hulk or anything like that.
Yeah, he was like fucking huge.
Yeah, so I don't need him. Yeah, especially like in like the Fantastic movie. I know we're not gonna talk about that, but
don't hey man.
Hey,
we don't name drop Hulk on this podcast, bro.
But it's cool to actually see him. He's just gonna be like a bodybuilder size. Like, I like that. I'm super excited for it. I don't know the premise, obviously, other than the fact that it seems like it's going to take place in the 60s. I don't hate any of the castings. I'm a big Pedro Pascal fan. I know people are like, oh, he's older, that's dumb, or they don't think he fits it. You don't know until you watch it, man. I'm so sick of it. I know there's such things as miscast.
Which I want Iron Man back.
Yeah,
okay.
Like, I get miscast exists. Like, you don't have to like Pedro Pascal's casting. I'm not saying you do. But don't, like, kill the movie because he got cast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard for Marvel to not go out there and offer Pedro Pascal that money, knowing who he is right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, let's be realistic.
And he hasn't been bad in any role that I've seen him in.
I've never seen him.
So I've never seen him on screen be like, damn, I'm disappointed. So I'm going into it with a open mind, and he's already played a disgruntled father figure in other stuff. He was literally a father figure in Mandalorian. He's a father figure in The Last of Us. He could do it in the Fantastic Four.
In a snarky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like very like smart ass, like like he's like full of himself kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm cool with that. I'm excited. It's moved up now, July 11th, 2025. Which is insane because Kevin Feige got a super hard on in his office when he realized that he could go out there and fuck James Gunn by doing that. You drop your biggest upcoming movie. Fantastic Four will end up being bigger than Deadpool because of the name. Yeah. Fantastic Four is one of Marvel's biggest properties. You can't drop that 2 weeks before Superman, who is DC's biggest property, and not say that's not targeted.
Very targeted. And it's crazy because it's not gonna. There's no way in hell that Fantastic Four helps Superman in any way.
No, it's not going to at all.
Even if Fantastic Four is bad, it's not gonna help.
Yeah, like I said, people are gonna go see Fantastic Four because it's Fantastic Four. Like I said, that's just such a big name for Marvel. That's Marvel's first family. Yeah. And now you're gonna go put it up against Lily, DC's biggest name, who hasn't got a movie since 2012. That's like a solo movie, I should say. So, like, I mean, like, that's gonna be a big competition thing. Thunderbolts also got moved up. Marvel seems like they're getting things rolling now. They must be very confident in Deadpool and what it's going to do for them to be moving forward with projects and moving stuff up at that. Thunderbolts moved up to, I think, May 2nd now. I don't know the premise. I don't even have a clue in my mind about what the hell that movie's going to be about. I know who the Thunderbolts are. Yeah. I know who the cast is going to be.
Like, from what we have a general idea. We're going to be introduced to new characters, obviously, but more reoccurring ones, like the ones that we never recognize. I do expect Bucky to be in it, obviously.
I think they're going to try to take like the new Suicide Squad approach.
Yeah,
maybe
I
not
can
so
see that.
gory,
Yeah.
but just, you know what I'm saying, take these characters that are not extremely well known, send them off to like some country somewhere they got to save or whatever, you know, because they're bad guys. You know, they're gonna start off bad, then they'll end up changing by the end.
Yeah,
and
they'll like they need like U.S. agents resurgence back into being like not an American hero, but more or less the
like an anti-hero,
like the American, like, you know what I'm saying, the other side, you know what I'm saying, like that fights for.
And
the
so
right
I see that kind of Thunderbolts going in that direction where like it's gonna be. I think it should be. I know James Gunn obviously made that for DC as well. It should take some inspiration from the Suicide Squad. I think that's like the perfect movie to copy it. Bad guys turn good. I mean, that's just what it is, you know. And then, I mean, that's really it for Marvel. I mean, Captain America was supposed to be their next movie after Deadpool. I don't know if Sam Wilson is ever getting a Captain America movie again. They're reshooting the whole thing. Mark Ruffalo came out and said that he was in it. Now he's not in it. I don't know what's going on. Mark Ruffalo doesn't even know if he's the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo doesn't even know if he is the Hulk anymore.
don't know how to play the Hulk.
Yeah,
He don't even know how to do that anymore, I'm sure.
Pack his bum ass. Well, Mark Ruffalo not a bum. Pack the Hulk up, man. Stop bringing his name up in this podcast, bro. Before I really get the spasm on his bum ass, man.
No, yeah,
That's why his bum ass ain't getting a solo movie. I'm not going there to watch him be happy and shit, man.
That's his journey back.
I could beat Hulk up. Like, bro, don't get me started on him, bro. But
no, but Marvel looks like I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna give them their flowers until I start seeing the product, obviously. But if they're confident with what they're doing right now, I'm gonna just wait and see.
I will say though, and we was talking about the Deadpool movie. Like, this Deadpool movie is the most hyped I've been about a project in a while for Marvel. If this shit don't, I don't want to put too high expectations because like they lowered the bar for me.
Yeah.
But if it goes lower than the bar that I set for it, bro, I'm done.
The only reason
I can't keep getting hyped for Marvel shit, man. Like,
the only reason that I'm gonna give it the hype that it should get is just because of the fact that everybody that made the first couple Deadpools is back. If they went out of their way and got a new director, or got a new creator, or like was like, you know, listen, no, we're gonna take the name, we're gonna give it a complete makeover. You know what I'm saying? That trailer alone felt like I was watching Deadpool 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Nothing felt different about it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, things, you know, they could make decisions that influenced me to a different path during the movie. But I'm just saying, you know, off that teaser, it felt the same. Yeah. You know, it didn't feel MCU-ified or anything like that where I was like, this is going to be corny. You know, there was no random corny joke drop or anything like that. I still don't like that people are kind of like, I don't want it to be crowned as like the MCU savior because I don't think it's the MCU savior. Like, even if it is a good movie, they still have to build off.
Yeah, so you can. If it was like one of those things where, okay, you have a movie that you know what I'm saying, are putting out, and it's, you know what I'm saying, one time thing where we won't put out nothing really out until, you know what I'm saying, 2 years, 3 years down the line. Like, it's just one solo movie, and then eventually you might get a second movie. Yeah. This is different. This is like, okay, this could revive and push us into a different direction. It's not just revive that movie, or because it's still a huge movie. It's not just, you know what I'm saying, a random character. It's a character that we grew up with now. You know what I'm saying? It's been
we've had Deadpool since 2016.
It's been over 8 years now. Yeah. Like, we can't just revive that movie because there's nothing to revive. You're saying you got to revive a whole universe. The odds of them doing that, I think, are low. The movie will be good. I don't think they're going to revive the whole
and that's really my thing. But like, I think like that's why, it's like I said, like you still have to build off that. Fantastic Four is still, as of right now, your biggest property moving forward. You have to hit the mark with that movie. Yeah. Deadpool could go out there and be a 10 out of 10, bro. Perfect. Clean up every single plot hole, every single question that we have about the MCU right now. Yep. If you go out there and you make a bomb with Fantastic Four, you're instantly right back where you started. Yep. Because, if not in the worst. Because like you can't mess up the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four is on the same name level as the Avengers. They were bigger than the Avengers before the Avengers started getting movies. Yeah. And so you can argue that people are so sick of the heroes that we're getting now that we need. You need those fresh faces. You need those fresh faces. Yeah. And I feel like Deadpool, like I said, I mentioned Secret Wars. I think that's going to be the big setup at the end. That's how this, like, that's going to be why these, because by the time Deadpool comes out, we'll be 2 years away from the Avengers movies. 2026. Yeah. That's not a long time. I'm just getting pushed back, man. It gotta be. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are, like I said, like, that's why I'm like, if you are willing to drop Deadpool one movie and then your Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts, whatever you have planned for these movies has to be your big setup. Because you don't have many other stuff left before you get into those Avengers films. Yeah. So, you know, like Deadpool, I think like that's why I'm saying Deadpool has so much on its plate, because not even just being a good movie, you're gonna, whatever it does at the end is gonna have to set up the future. Yeah. That's gonna be how we get whatever happens in Secret Wars, all these random characters coming through. Yeah, that's I think that's. So we're gonna segue into obviously the next thing, but before we do that, I'll just say, like, that's kind of where obviously the Multiverse of Madness went wrong. Is because, like,
there was no setup to why we're going to get a multiverse really, besides that, okay, this is happening because of Wanda's thing going on, and we got to figure out how she did this, why she's playing with magic. It's a cool idea, but then you just bring in one random characters in one universe. That's not multiverse. That's another universe. That's just another
and
verse.
And I think I think that's what Deadpool is going to clean up, is that the stuff that people thought that we were going to get in Multiverse of Madness, all these characters, and like, I'm not saying that Deadpool is going to get these dumb cameos. Like, people wanted fan service in Doctor Strange.
Vin Diesel?
Yeah, like I don't think we're going to get fan service in Deadpool. I think there's going to be some cameos that we aren't expecting, but I think Deadpool's going to actually have meaning to bringing characters in. We're not going to just see John Krasinski in a Fantastic Four outfit because he was a popular fan cast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're going to actually bring in meaningful characters. All the Secret War leaks have led to us thinking that we're going to get Toby and Andrew back. We're going to get Hugh Jackman again. Like, these guys have to come back because this is Marvel. Like, once Marvel does that, that's like the end game. Like, that is like actual end game. Yeah. Once you start getting into the multiverse shit, because they can't keep doing multiverse shit after that.
That's what I'm like. All right, let's try to wrap up the multiverse stuff. Let's not keep going off it. Like, all right, we got to do another reset movie, because the Marvels was supposed to be a reset movie, but they didn't do it to a grand stage enough where, like, you cannot bring in these huge characters for the fucking Marvels. You just can't. You can do, obviously the post credit scene was cool and whatnot.
And like I said, that's what they say. Like, the post credit scene, like, that's another universe. I'm like, okay, Monica went through another universe at the end, but like, which universe? Okay, so now we have one of our most powerful characters in the entire MCU in a universe where the X-Men exist, and that's cool. But like, is she gonna get brought back in Deadpool? Are we gonna have to wait till Secret Wars now?
I'm thinking that if we, I'm gonna just say, if we see Wolverine in his signature costume, we will be seeing Patrick
Swayze. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll see all of them. We'll see literally everything.
You can't finally put Hugh Jackman in the suit and not show.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't expect us to obviously get, you know what I'm saying, a full-on X-Men reunion now.
Yeah,
but we'll see, like, we'll see Beast, we'll see Wolverine, we'll see Photon, and
that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's got to be like that universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where they have to come from. And, obviously, speaking of X-Men 97 got announced today. They were obviously been working on that for a few years. We grew up with it. Like, realistically, it was on TV when we were kids. So it's cool to see it getting redone. I kind of wish the animation style is cool. They brought it back, but I thought we were going to get something a little bit more with it. I'm not complaining about it or anything. It's fine. It's just, it's not what I was expecting. But it comes out March 20th. I will be watching it. The X-Men cartoon growing up was fun. I enjoyed all of the cartoons growing up with Marvel. So that's another cool thing to look forward to with Marvel, is like they're trying their best to try to keep themselves relevant right now.
Yeah, because and it's like, to get into our next segment, the Disney CEO said that this is a dying franchise. He realized that Marvel is dying; they're not making a lot of money, and it's crazy to think about, because like where we were 7 years ago, man, like May. Oh my God! Like, it's finally May 2017.
2016.
Like,
yeah, that would have been fucking.
I think that was Endgame.
No,
no.
Endgame was 2019.
Yeah,
and Infinity War was 2018. 2016 would have been big though. That would have been Civil War.
Yeah, like this is big. We're getting Spider-Man. We're about to get.
Because we were in Kudus' class. I remember this because no, maybe not, because that was 2017.
Yeah, 2016 technically, but we were past that. I think we weren't in class when I found out about it. We weren't in class, but it was, I want to say it was like March-ish, and we got the Civil War trailer. Yeah, and we finally start realizing there's Spider-Man and all that, and I'm like, I cannot wait to see this.
I remember you and Alex and Gabe.
Yeah, we all went, and then I was like, dude, they fucking killed it, and I'm like, this is what we're gonna get going forward. Obviously, like, introduction to the new characters and whatnot, and it's a good thing. And then, like, fast forward 8 years later, and now we're getting all these new characters for no fucking reason that nobody cares about. Like, no offense to anybody that may have enjoyed the Echo show, did not hear one good thing about Echo show. To be honest, she's probably never going to be brought back. She's not going to get a second season. Like She-Hulk mentioned, she's probably not getting a second season. Who's getting a fucking second season?
I think the only reason that She-Hulk won't get a second season is because of how much money her show costs.
Her money, oh my God.
Her show costs $225 million.
It was
Echo
insane.
could probably be brought back because it costs $40 million. That's nothing to Disney. $40 million is whatever. She still has ties to Kingpin. She-Hulk. I think
she'll be brought back, obviously, as a character, but
I don't think She-Hulk will ever get. I don't think She-Hulk will ever even get another show again. I think she'll just be a character.
I'm not thinking her right off.
I didn't either.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I just feel like that's one of those things where, like, She-Hulk definitely, like, Disney can't justify it because they spent way too much.
Oh, She-Hulk was that.
I didn't watch it.
I ain't gonna lie.
So like, I think that's one of the things.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I think that Marvel realizes that though, and I think that's why now that these characters are introduced, we'll just start bringing them into movies. You guys don't need another season.
Stop
building
doing
on
these
their
fucking
lives.
shows for no reason. Like I said, it was fun years ago because Marvel was on the rise. And when you get something that's on the rise and that's something that's growing, you want to capitalize off as much as you can.
Absolutely.
But you got to capitalize on the characters that they wanted, and they did. A lot of people want to see more of Wanda. We got her. Want to see more Vision. We got it. Not as much as we should have, but we got him. We got more Loki. We really want to see more Loki. We got Loki. We want to see what happened with Captain America being Sam Wilson instead of, you know what I'm saying?
We haven't gotten to a fucking thing about that. That's what really pisses me off the most.
We
I
have
love
not
Captain
seen
America.
Nothing about this. What they call her? The fucking something broker, whatever.
Oh, the power broker.
The power broker. We haven't seen shit still.
Which is big to me because like that's like a thing where like just Sharon Carter literally comes back as a villain. She's infiltrated the U.S. government. Like she is already a high-ranking SHIELD agent, so she's got like clearance. She could do so much. I think she'll be in the Thunderbolts. I do personally think that's going to be the villain that they're dealing with. It's the only one that makes sense.
If they don't do her, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's the only thing that makes sense. Like I said, I think that, like I said, she'll probably fund bad guys in another country or something like that. The Thunderbolts will have to go and be. They have to do something
weird.
Like
but
that.
I think what they could do is that they could have her as funding one of them or multiple of them.
Yeah.
And Valentina getting them away from her.
Yeah.
And the battle is really between Valentina's people, which is the Thunderbolts, versus
whoever
Sharon's people. And then
that's what makes the most sense to me because you have to use her at some point. Like you can't just like you can't bring her up. And like I said, if Bucky's already a part of the Thunderbolts, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like U.S. agent has dealt with Sharon Carter. That makes sense.
Yeah,
there's tie-ins there.
In my opinion, I think all the shows had its hype after Endgame. Like we wanted to see like what these characters are going to do after Endgame, after the blip. Now, like we blip is
we
over.
lost that aura. They lost their aura. They did.
Like who gives a fuck about Hawk cousin, man? Like She-Hulk. If we get another season, man,
it won't get another.
So you don't like She-Hulk?
You know what I mean?
You don't like women, bro.
You don't like Hulk. If I say the word Hulk around you,
like she can be mad. Like, she threw 3 punches in 4 episodes, man. I had to turn that shit off. Echo, I didn't watch, so I'm not gonna speak.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speak to that either. I just heard mixed reviews on it. I haven't watched it.
Miss Marvel. I mean,
I like the casting. I won't complain about it. Miss Marvel to me did what it needed to do as a family show.
Yeah.
Family show made you feel good, and it was a good actress who had no prior experience. Like, Marvel hit the mark on that one.
And she's marketable as fuck.
Yeah, she is. That's what I'm saying.
She hits a market where they weren't.
And she knows what she's talking about. Like, you can tell when an actress actually cares about their work. She actually cares about that shit.
Like, imagine in Thor, when did Hawkeye debut in the MCU? Was it the second Thor movie?
The first Thor movie.
First Thor movie. Imagine after the first Thor movie, Hawkeye got a fucking 10 episode, like, you know what I'm saying? 10 episodes season.
Nah, you're right.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
I watched Echo. I really liked Echo.
I heard good things
when
about
you got
it.
some time, watch it. It's not a tough lift because I think it's only 5 or 6 episodes.
5.
They didn't overdo it. They didn't just have. They had no really. I just like the way they set up the character, her background, and then we really get some amazing Kingpin stuff.
Yeah,
and he just steals the show. And we get a cameo from Daredevil, which is in the trailer. He's only in the 1 episode, but it just sets up like, and they just did some cool stuff with it that I really liked. Graham Greene's in it, who's just an amazing actor. It's just done really well.
Her background is like Native American, right?
Yeah, that's why it's like a Native American hero.
She is that character, literally.
Yeah.
She is an amputee, and she is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And
like,
she's got some weird, like,
because that's a.
She has an evolving power set too. That is like based on her heritage, which is really cool, and it's something new that I've never seen before. So I like that. So I think they put this thing out, didn't think it was going to do well at all. They didn't market it at all, but I think it's worth a watch, and it really sets up what I think is going to happen in Daredevil. So it's important. So you kind of need to watch it before Daredevil comes out. But I really in the actress is great too.
I'll watch it too.
The actress is really good too. So.
Yeah, I mean, she was fine. She was good in Hawkeye. Like, it was just
she just wasn't the most hyped character coming out of it. Like, coming out of it, it was all about Kate Bishop. Like, you want to see more of Kate Bishop. Actually, I'll get up. Kate Bishop season. You know what I'm saying? This was just her. Like, she benefited a lot from having, you know what I'm saying, Jeremy Renner next to her, the comedy relief and whatnot. But do we need these shows? No. Like I said, introduce them in movies. It's fine if you segue 2-3 characters. Like, you did it before, you could do it again. Yeah. Just random times when it matters most.
I think sometimes it's just even cool to get that though. Like sometimes it's cool to just get a movie where like, holy shit, what is Moon Knight doing here? Where did he come from?
Yo, like what is Moon Knight doing?
Spider-Man had no reason to be in Civil War. at all. Tony Stark just knew about him from YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was
And
no
they talked
hint.
about it, like I seen you on YouTube.
Like, there was no hint of Spider-Man before that. There was like no, Spider-Man's gonna, come into the MCU. Like, there was talks, obviously, between making a deal between Sony and the MCU, but like that's all there was, And then like when it happened, you're like, oh shit, like Black Panther showing up, like that's crazy. Getting Black Panther was nuts.
Who brought that back in Civil War?
Brody. He didn't break his. Rhodey. His spine because he
fell out the sky because
you know what I'm saying.
Vision hit him.
Yeah,
2016. Let's give Rhodey 10 episodes. You know what I mean? The comeback. You know what I mean?
him in physical therapy, like that'd have been nutty. That'd have been nutty.
You got
That's type shit they on, bro. Like, I mean, let's give him 10 episodes.
No, but that's really just where Marvel's at right now. But I mean, that Daredevil show, they're getting leaked so often. I see a lot of behind the scenes pictures and all that.
And somebody said like, I wish they could just stop doing this and stop leaking everything because you're not gonna even enjoy
There's
the
just
show.
no surprise anymore. That goes back to what I said about Super. There's just like no surprises anymore.
Well, the problem is they're filming that in like Harlem, so they can't. You can't close down the city, and we don't want them to film it in a soundstage. We want them
you want it somewhere real. You want it to feel real.
Yeah, they're hiding all the good stuff though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, but like it looks super cool. Daredevil got a new costume, which is actually bright red. Thank God. I didn't like the dark red costume. Daredevil needs a bright red costume. The DD on the chest and all that. Obviously you get Foggy and Karen back. It looks like there's a new love interest. There's been a lot of leaks. If you look into it, it looks like it's doing a good job. But they also said it's not getting 18 episodes anymore, which honestly I'm fine with.
Yeah, 18 episodes is crazy because they were trying to split them up, and the way they tried to split them up was weird.
Like it wasn't
9 and 9.
I don't want
6.
6 episodes or anything like that. I do think 6 episodes is too small for a character like Daredevil that's so important. But I'm cool with like 10.
Yeah, but they were also saying like you got to get rid of that. Every episode has to be an hour kind of thing.
No, it doesn't have to be. It definitely doesn't.
You don't have that much content to put into.
Because you end up stretching shit out, and then you end up slogging through it because you stretch it out.
Yeah, because you get to episode 7, you don't know what the fuck to do. To get to episode 9, to get to the finale. The finale sucks because you dragged your way through it.
For sure. But I am glad that Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney, has finally realized, okay, listen, if we got to focus on more shit and put out less Marvel stuff so that we're getting quality up and we're just focused on other brands, that's fine with me.
Yep.
I'll take less Marvel every year if that means they're going to put actual effort into it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with 3 or 4 projects a year. That's what got Marvel started.
Yeah.
I don't need 13 projects a year.
Yeah, they try to get like 3 things in like 1 quarter. Like,
I will say my biggest complaint right now though is going forward is, and I know they have to do it because it's the marketability. I'm sick of new costumes every fucking movie. I'm over that shit.
And we're about to get we're gonna get a new Spider-Man costume.
We're getting a new Spider-Man costume. Captain America got a new one. Like that shit got leaked. It's like blue now instead of the white. Which first of all, his outfit from the show was perfect.
It was great.
And it was made of vibranium. Why would you get a new outfit?
like I'm just not. I wore it too many times, type shit.
Let me change this shit.
Like you already don't have the super soldier serum, bro. Take the help you can get.
Like,
you already can't get along. You got your ass beaten in 2v1. Like get a good win. Like one good win.
That's really my biggest complaint right now. Like I get it's the marketability thing, but like damn, a new outfit every single movie, man. Like
it's disgusting.
Come the fuck on, man.
I don't even wear different drawers every day.
All right, bro.
But with the dying Marvel conversation, he also announced that they're gonna focus back on their projects that do make money, and people are clamor for more, I guess, projects. I'm not one of those people. Obviously, we mentioned Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Inside Out 2, which Inside Out, the first one did very, very good. We also got Deadpool 3 that they announced. Obviously, that's a part of Marvel, but that's one of their few things that they're dropping. We got the Amateur featuring Rami Malek. I'm always cool with Rami Malek being featured. Mufasa, the Lion King.
Unneeded.
Not needed.
Unneeded.
But it's gonna make money.
I just don't understand.
Live action too. Right?
I just don't understand, bro. Like Mufasa does not need an origin story. He's not even that important to the Lion King.
He's not important to the Lion King, but he
like,
dies.
Really, that's literally the only motivation.
That's
like, okay, he watches his dad die, and it makes you cry a little bit. That's the only thing Mufasa is known for. I don't need to know why Mufasa and Scar got beef. I don't care.
I don't. I like the unknown of it.
You said it's live action.
Yeah, it's live action.
Bro, I'll never forget motherfuckers said don't spoil the live action Lion King. Man. Like, yo, little do you know, man.
Like don't spoil it. I won't, but
you know what I'm saying?
You watched the original, right? Like yeah.
Dumbass, like come on, man. Niggas do not need that.
Lily James has a movie that she's starring in, The Young Woman in the Sea. Not sure what that is really about. And I know we're getting, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to do the Moana stuff.
I saw that the live
pretty
action
sure
got
that's
pushed
not-
back, which
yeah,
is
so
fine
that's
with
not
me.
coming out anytime.
But Moana 2 is coming out this year, which is cool. I like the first one though. Animated one's great.
Yeah, the animated one's fine. The live action.
I just didn't want. I don't care for live action. I think that shit is so stupid to me.
But the thing that that's obviously an issue with that is that like how could you really do a live action Moana to make it beneficial?
Well, I know Skylar gonna lock in because the Rock, but
and it's funny because a lot of people are really starting to realize that like the Rock is not a blockbuster name.
No.
Anymore.
I think The Rock can cook and the wrestling wise, Hollywood wise,
like he might just be a politician now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like,
saying? Like and that
like,
and a lot of people were predicting that like okay, The Rock is probably gonna run for president at some point in his life. He's going to try that at some point. But now that he's obviously back in wrestling and he's going to be showing up more, I'm starting to think that he realized that like I'm not a draw outside of the wrestling. Like I mean, I had my peak. I wasted on all football movies, really. I just
he just
spanned
needs,
the shit
he
out
just
of
needs to
football
pick
movies.
and choose his roles now. Like I said, I know we talked a couple weeks ago that he's doing an A24 film. That's fine. Pick and choose your roles now. You've made more than enough money, bro.
Because you don't let a drug go that much in real life, bro.
Yeah.
Keep it bugging me. Like,
Yeah.
you're not outside
he don't
like
have to
that.
be the star in every movie.
Yeah,
like,
you could
take
be
it
a
like-
side
take a little-
character,
you know
bro,
what I'm
like-
saying?
Nah,
Like Batista literally has never been the main character in a film, except for Knock at the Cabin.
Yep, and then if you want to count that as one, that's still a
And that's
sub
still,
2 hour
yeah, that's
movie.
still yeah. That's it. But he's never been the main character in literally any film, and he's still the best actor of all of the wrestling. ones.
Yes,
So,
and it's crazy because when you look at like The Rock, like I said, like 20, maybe 25 years ago, one of the biggest stars in wrestling.
oh, absolutely.
You look at it now, it's like dude's going back to wrestling to try to get more relevancy back to his name and try to be like, all right, maybe create a character that they see on screen that they can take cadences from that. And I guess this is like more his trial run to get back into being a household name for Hollywood. I don't think he's capable of being a household name in Hollywood because I don't think his acting is that good and never has been that good. He's just a noticeable face, you know what I'm saying, strong as shit.
And he's marketable.
And he's charismatic. But charismatic don't always translate on screen because you have to be able to play multiple
He
roles
just
in
needs,
different ways.
what he needs to do is just, obviously you can't go that route, and I understand it, but he should have been what John Cena is right now.
Yeah.
Just be the brolic dude that's big as fuck for no reason and be funny. It's all you needed to do.
And The Rock is a funny ass guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's,
You know what I'm saying?
like he's
why
actually
do you not want to
funny.
Why do you not want to be a
It's
comedy?
like, why do you
guy?
want to be the serious action star in every single film? Like, bro, you don't need to be
You
fucking.
want to be G.I. Joe?
Yeah, like
fucking. You know what I'm saying? And Fast and Furious. You want your spinoff. And that's when I think people start realizing, all right, this dude doing too
when
much.
he broke the cast off his arm at Fast and Furious.
Yeah, like he's Hobbs, I think his name is in there. Like, we don't need you and no spinoff or no Fast and Furious. That's the last thing we want you in. Actually, we want you to get away from that shit because
like I said,
it's a franchise that does not benefit from you.
That's what I really wish he would do. Is like I said, if he was just like if he would have did the John Cena role first, I think that'd have been perfect for him. Like I said, John Cena is funny as hell. He's a good actor. I'm not thinking anything because John Cena's my second favorite one behind Batista. But like, look at when he's in it. He's just funny. He's just brolic as fuck for no reason.
Like in Argyle, he like picks dude leap off.
Yeah,
like bro, we forget he's like 6 foot on the dot.
Yeah,
Like,
like
he's not no
little,
tall guy.
he just like just overly big and muscular, man. So like he'll literally be like I said, like it was like in the Suicide Squad, bro. He was literally in his tighty whities in that movie, brolic. You are big as fuck wearing tighty whities, bro, and that's just funny as hell.
It's just funny.
Like I said, like just
I
because
think
like
The Rock he has like a thing where he just
it's
does
an
not want to
ego
be made
thing.
a
I think it's an ego
Yeah.
thing where like I said, like he doesn't want to be the funny guy. He wants to be the movie star. But
I get it. I mean, shit. I mean, if you got an ego that big where you cannot use your comedy to, you know what I'm saying, uplift the film. You want to be serious? Fine, be serious. But, bro, we've seen you in 1,000 serious movies, it feels like, at this point. You've seen all these Fast and Furious, these jungle movies. Like, Jumanji was funny, but, like, the second one, you're not even voicing yourself.
Yeah.
You're just in it. So, at that point, you're not even a funny one. You know what I'm saying? Danny DeVito, I think, was you.
Yeah.
So, like, you're not even funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even you. Obviously, like, if Disney wants to go with that Moana live action, so be it. I don't see how you do Moana the way it was filmed. The first one, it's a beautiful spectacle, huge ocean waves.
yeah, like I just don't really like the whole live action thing going like with Disney.
We need to
like,
stop that shit.
I don't care for like animated movies do not even made live action. Like I know Little Mermaid did well, and like I didn't hate that. I never watched it, but and I know it did well and people liked it. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But Lion King didn't need one. Like I don't. Lion King is such a popular movie and it's a classic.
Yeah, and I don't
It
think
did
I've
not
seen it
need
come
to
out
be
with a
made
new
into
Lion King
real
either.
things. Like I don't need to see what a real lion looks like singing.
Yeah,
like come on, bro. Like, that shit is
Can't
super-
wait to be king. Like, your mouth not matching the words, bro. Your CGI. I'm not scared of you.
that shit just don't matter to me. Like I don't care for the live action, but Moana 2 is cool. Toy Story 5,
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, that was.
Don't get me started on Toy Story, bro. Toy Story 4,
if they could, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, why we need Toy Story 4? Toy Story 4 got me. It got me. It had me sad.
I've liked every single one. It's just like my thing is like every movie is like, damn, that's the end. Like we're done. Like
I can't imagine what they do.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? What like Andy has a kid?
Y'all fuck with Toy Story 4, man.
I didn't hate it.
I feel like that's what they're going with though. I think that was like one of the fan things that they wanted was that Andy has a kid.
That has to be what it is. But I'm telling you right now, bro.
First of all, Andy hasn't been relevant since the second movie.
Yeah, but me and Jules, like the funniest scene in a movie ever between me and Jules, man, was when they're sitting on the roof.
And Buzz run up. He's just in the background. It's not even focused on it. He's like, Bo Peep. I'm like, yo, this dude running hard. Like, we need a live action Toy Story at this point. Like, but it's gonna be CGI anyway.
The live action Toy Story, bro. All right.
Like live action Toy Story is like, but that's like, I really don't want.
I got to jump in really quick because you know what drives me crazy? Live action Lion King. It's not live action. It's not live action. Just another form of animation. It's not. They're not real lions. It's not a real Pumbaa and like Timon and like.
No humans.
And it was just. I mean, I like the fact that they did the casting and I liked most of the casting except for what's his face that was Pumbaa. I can't stand him. I don't think he's funny. Seth.
Was it Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen. That was like we didn't need it, and why? And like I just like why do I need a Mufasa story? I'd rather have a Scar story. Give me the Scar story.
That would be cool.
Give me that. But like I mean, it's just silly. It's just silly. Like why they keep and they bled it with like freaking Beauty and the Beast first, which because there's like 37 different versions of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Like there's like the Christmas one, and then there's a sequel, and then there was like the direct to videos. It's like it's just a money grab, but. Oh my God! Yeah, sorry, that live action when it's all just CGI. It's not live action. Stop calling it live action.
It's not even like. I mean, the soundtrack was cool too. Like in there, like okay, soundtrack on Apple Music. I don't need to go to the movie theater to listen to that.
Yeah, like they're trying to bring back their big franchises. I mean, we get it. We understand why, but it has to make sense still at the end of the day. Like, okay, you could bring in the new age of kids, you know what I'm saying? You can bring in people like my daughter, like, you know what I'm saying? She'll probably be seeing that one day, obviously. But the odds of you know what I'm saying, pulling in that magic every single time is so hard to fucking do, man. And there's other movies that could get sequels. Like, I'm a huge fan of Big Hero 6. Yeah. You have a path to go with Big Hero 6 in a sequel. You just don't go with that because you want to do Toy Story 5. You want to do... Obviously, Moana 2 makes sense, obviously, to make so much money. They did Frozen 2. All right, it makes sense.
Yeah, Frozen 3 is coming out now.
Frozen 3 is about
that's
to come
another
out.
one they announced.
Where are we going with these stories, though? How many times can these toys get fucked up?
That's what I'm saying. What do you even do in Toy Story 5? Like, Woody left, which don't make no... don't get me started on that movie, man. But what do you even do in Toy Story? Like, why do you leave, bro? And let you get replaced by...
Kevin Hart.
You get replaced by a sport. You get replaced by a sport, bro. You're the OG. Like, you are the fucking franchise, damn near. You and Buzz. Like, and you leave your man, your crew behind for a sport. Like, you let the sport sub, man. Don't get me started on that, man. But Frozen 3, like, come on, bro. Frozen 3 is not needed.
They'll milk them as much as they can, and these voice actors will come back every time for that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I don't
very little, no harm to my body. I'll come to the studio. I put it on the same performance I put on twice already. I mean, why wouldn't I? But,
yeah, I don't blame them.
Yo, gun your head right now. Name a Frozen 2 song. Like, come on, bro.
I actually know Frozen 2 songs called "Lost in the Woods" and "Shit Fire." I ain't gonna lie.
I just want to stay with like big, like, but like I want to see like
I got a daughter.
But like okay, so the last like animated movie that like I loved it. It's like not Spider-Man or anything like that. I'm talking about like, DreamWorks, like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Like one of my favorite movies that I've seen in recent time. Give me another Shrek movie. like, come on. Like,
if you want to start bringing shit
like
back,
that was setting up that they were bringing Shrek back,
he's literally sailing to whatever it's called, far, far away.
The problem the end of the movie. Mike Myers, nobody wants to work with him.
Yeah,
he's like he burned his career so bad.
Yeah, that's like you
that's how I just don't think how they're bringing.
And you can't bring back Shrek without Mike Myers, unfortunately.
Right.
You really can't. Like,
the Love Guru, man. That's my Roman Empire. I think about the Roman Empire.
Well, at least they stopped making those stupid Ice Age movies.
Mariska Hargitay.
Like
the Ice Age movies movies
actually
were
says
like there was like
Berserk.
27 Ice Age movies. Why are we still making these movies? Like there were so many.
I
Like,
never got the
and they
Ice Age
started with like
movies.
2
I
characters,
hated
and there was
Ice
like
Age
50
movies.
by the
I
end.
never
It was
liked
like
Ice Age
Endgame.
movies.
There was like all these characters, and there was like 27 woolly mammoths, and it was like, stop making these
And it's
movies.
crazy. Out of all the things in Ice Age, the squirrels was still the most relevant shit about it.
Like,
you
he
know what
don't
I'm saying?
talk. He
Like,
just
don't
fucking
talk.
takes
Get the
up-
acorn.
Like,
He
come
had
on,
mad
bro.
shorts. He had like a whole short thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, come on,
going
bro.
He
crazy.
had shit come out on Disney Plus like recently.
Yeah, like he's still relevant somehow. But hey, like Sid, not though. Like Sid, I was rooting for you in the beginning.
Yeah,
but
Sid
now
the
it's
Sloth was the most marketable, bro.
But like looking back at stuff like that, it's just like if you got the right story, obviously yes, do it. But you say we want Shrek. Obviously, Shrek would be cool, and it's been like what 15 years, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember last time. I don't remember when Track 4 came out.
Dude, where Ratatouille at?
Yeah,
Ratatouille
yeah,
too.
nah,
you can't do a
Man,
Ratatouille,
like,
so
yo, my man's back in the kitchen at this rate. Like,
Make him open
Come
his
on,
own
man,
kitchen.
How his restaurant doing is failing. You got to bring
Give me-
Jeremy Allen White,
Give me Flush
and he
the
bring
Way,
Jeremy Allen White to start cooking in there, and then he got his cousins. coming.
Boat 2, like, I mean, put Boat 2 out there. I
If
mean,
I see a boat 2 movie, I'm gonna scream, bro. 'Cause
Cars
Boat won't-
4. Like, come
They
on,
We
coming
bro.
definitely
out
don't
with-
need another car.
Aren't they coming out with a car?
I don't know, but they don't need another car.
Yo, Cars 4. Lightning McQueen, the coach.
He the new
The
Doc
coach again.
He the new Doc Hudson.
The coach again, because he already was the coach in the third one. He coached the one shorty that was at
Yo,
the
coaching in the middle of a like you was in the middle of the race is crazy. Like you
Like, go
realize
replace
that
me.
late that you was washed, like that's insane. Like
Imagine mid race knowing you watched.
Like, yo, this.
You didn't acknowledge it
man.
beforehand.
you sit on the side like I ain't gonna lie. Hey, you going there, man? You going there for me, man? I'm done.
Like,
Get the
aha.
headset on. Like, how do you get a headset on your head? Like you have no arms. Like you going on, man?
Niggas pinched their ties together and threw it on his head, and he had to
Like, yo,
just
coach,
windshield wipe his way back into the fucking.
Like, how do you even hear them? Like, what you got an earpiece on? Like, y'all got Bluetooth? Like, I don't know, man. What's going
Yeah,
on?
Bluetooth in the car to car makes sense.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for Disney, man. But speaking of animation, I want to segue into our last thing.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can get this right now. My internet not working right now. I might have to re-tap in. You can talk about it though, real quick.
So y'all see the new props out here. So we got a bunch of stuff out. The main one we talking about though, man. Invincible, new trailer dropped today. Part 2 comes out March 14th. Insane. Damon and Jules are still trying to watch it. We're gonna see if we can pull it up.
Yeah, hopefully.
The trailer is nuts. They're misdirecting you. I'm not even gonna say anything else.
Bruh, no. That's season 1. The trailer that they dropped when the whole trailer was in the first episode. I don't fuck that
This one
trailer,
doesn't
bro.
feel that way.
I go like, motherfuckers bamboozled me, man. I'm like, yo, it's the whole trailer in the first
This
episode.
one doesn't feel that way, but there seems like some shit going on.
It's this one, right?
I think so, right?
It was the
1
whole
hour.
trailer in the first episode. I'm like, nah.
I'll try to forget, but I love when they do that though because
Yeah, the
the
rest
season
is
that we
like-
got was perfect.
Nah, word.
All right, let's pull it up on this. Try to. Obviously, it come back to March 14th. They've been waiting on this for how long now?
Was that supposed to be a thing? So Seahawks QB Geno Smith, who has a $12.7 million in his contract that becomes fully guaranteed on Friday, was informed that he will remain on the roster. Like, was he a cut candidate?
Wow, whoa.
He wasn't.
Breaking news.
This just says breaking news. That's what I'm saying. Like, was he a cut candidate? Like, did I miss something?
Damn, my fault. Hold on. Damn.
That was quiet, actually.
Let's see how loud it is.
You see me right there? Whew. Shit. I'm in the front line.
And like any family, we're all messed up in our own unique way. We go around saving lives while ruining them at the same time.
We will rebuild one.
Count on that.
Your people must need your strength.
I'm sure they got it covered.
Boy got the uni on.
Got that shit on though.
Damon!
I'm in the front lines.
No. Mark, I need you to go to space again. What? I just got back. We got a ship full of those sector things coming in hot. If they get their tentacles on the Earth, they'll be pulling our strings forever.
We told you we were too powerful.
I guess we're all fucked.
Ooh, wee.
It's on Earth.
Big bro, get up, bro.
Sentimental traitor. Answer me. What's the occasion for such a fine suit? I'm visiting an old friend.
He got that shit on though, that suit.
It is good to be home.
My boy.
My pizza's getting cold. Your family's legacy is love. This is over. I'll never let anyone ever hurt my family.
told you.
Who is Mark gonna kill? Oh my God! You know he gonna kill. He gotta kill somebody.
Casket, that fucking.
I told y'all, bro.
Who's
he
that in
gonna
the
kill?
casket? If that's duplicate, bro, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like,
That's gonna be her 78th time dying. That's why he feeling like that.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't even be surprised because it makes sense because she really talks about her and Immortal bond because they both died so many times.
I mean, you seen her get her leg broke.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been one of her duplicates.
But somebody gotta hate duplicate that bad. You gotta kill all 10 of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If you kill the main one, I feel like
that little flash at the end though, like that didn't look like it looked like Invincible, but why did he have a cape on?
yeah.
One of them had a cape on. So like, is it another multiverse? Is that another multiverse Mark?
Maybe that's Angstrom
Yeah,
getting the Mark that he needs to fight Mark. Maybe.
So I mean, that's interesting, man. That's a good ass
Wow,
trailer.
they snapped. Not
The
gonna
second's
lie.
taking over
You
Adam
telling
Eve.
me that's the second part? That's it? It looked like a.
See, that's
the
you know,
rest,
what
everything else we gonna see. I feel like
That's
you
what
know
makes me
I'm
mad though, bro. Because I'm telling you that season 2 is going to know some bullshit. I know they say like, oh, it's not gonna be as long as of a wait. I don't want to wait. Drop season 3 now.
that's what I'm saying.
It seems like y'all got everything y'all wanted. You know what I'm saying?
If
Like,
season 3 drop by the end of this year, bro, you know what I'm saying? I can forgive them, bro. But you made me wait this long.
not Amazon.
Yeah,
Anybody but
They
Amazon.
They gotta drop Roadhouse first, bro.
How about this? Invincible March 14th. The Boys the March 15th.
Well, they dropped a trailer on Super Bowl. It was just like a VOD trailer. It was only like a minute, but The Boys I think will drop in the summer. I'm pretty confident in that.
It makes sense though. I mean, you want to wait after Invincible gets all its.
And I like that too. You know, that's the one thing I like about Amazon too is they're a weekly service. I like that they drop their episodes once a week, man. Make me hype for it. Yeah. I don't like the binge model service anymore, man.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, for the binge model, it's like, I mean, you watch it in 2 days, you don't digest it the right way, you overrate it or underrate it.
Like, there are some shows you could binge. Like, I'm not gonna say that it's like a horrible thing. Like, there are shows I've watched where I'm like, damn, I just want to binge this shit. The limited series are fine to me. If I'm never gonna get another season, I'll binge watch a limited series.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Something like that, you know. Like I don't mind that, but like when it's like something I know is gonna get multiple seasons and the story's so big, I like that. Give me once a week, like Gen V once a week had me like, what the fuck? Like,
because I was marinating in it. Like I was sitting I pissed the bed.
Yeah,
like,
you know
I'm marinating.
you just laid all day.
I love this.
That's
season.
why it always sucks too. Like when you find a show that's good, but it's already like 2 seasons in.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about the Boys,
yeah,
man.
I'm happy I found the Boys during after season, like right before season 2 started, bro. Because I've been season 1, I was like, what the fuck?
Damn,
I binged that whole thing, and then Gen V, like
that's how I was a Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I only watched the first season. Yeah, we were once a week for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm fucking dying over here. These are 1 hour episodes. And it's scary shit, and I gotta go to bed. I'm scared. I want to go to bed. Just keep watching to end on a non-scary note.
Nah, man, I'm super excited. The Invincible looks super good. I'm excited to get back here and start doing reactions for it.
Dude, that was nuts.
I don't even know how they're gonna.
I don't know what the fuck.
I'm gonna say my predictions for closer to the time.
Yeah, I'll wait because I want to see what else comes.
I'm gonna make sure I actually react this time. You know what I'm saying? I need to know exactly what's going on at the time that it's happening.
I'm gonna bring a soundboard. I'm not gonna make no noise personally.
Like,
every time something happens, like ba-dumps.
Got car crash. the Disney Channel applause. Or like when you get the special character.
The fucking generic laugh track. Like
it's like the Disney. It's like when that special guest come on. He's like, oh, I ain't see you there. Like woo.
Yeah.
They did a little clap and shit. Oh man, but I can't wait for Invincible, man. That was my show of the year last year, so probably this year again. The way it was looking, I ain't gonna lie. That shit was, I'm about to go watch that shit 18 times, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. They have you on the front line, bro.
They had you on the right behind.
I don't see no bullets, so I don't know.
I see.
That's pretty interesting. They showed a lot of heroes that we haven't seen yet, so that'll be interesting to see how they bring that in.
Really,
but it also looks like they only did that because Invincible's gone.
Yeah,
he's not back from space yet at that point in time. So
Cecil gets desperate.
Yeah. So who the fuck is Omnipotus?
Yeah. But anything else to close the show, guys?
No, I feel like this was a good episode. I like this a lot. I feel like we touched on everything that was big this past week. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, we keep getting more news. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not going to see Madam Web. I'll wait for it to come out on home video. I'm not that horny.
Yeah, I'm not that horny.
Like I thought I was, but I'm not. It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, you know it's heavy as fuck. That shit hit my foot. I thought.
Yeah, I'm definitely
steel toes. Hold on,
I gotta.
You gotta redeem yourself.
There we go. Nigga held it up by the strap. It was like,
yeah. I will definitely not be seated for.
Yeah, it was on the table.
Madam Web though. I'm not spending $13 on a ticket to go watch a bad movie.
Yeah.
I'll be horny at home.
I can't even do that at Capital. Even though it starts immediately and it's probably 2 hours long, I can't do it at Capital.
Nah, it's not worth it. But Other than that, man, yeah, I mean, I don't know what movie's gonna come out next. We'll see.
Yeah,
Keep y'all updated on our movie scheduling.
But last thing actually, the mind you can't be better than me, so I bought a book. I was reading. It's called The Four Agreements. Really, really good book. The last thing that I read was a chapter called "Be Impeccable with Your Word." Just realize how impactful your words actually are in life. Obviously, like you could say something negative one time, they could stick somebody forever. And it's basically stuff that like, don't judge yourself for the mistakes that you make. You're allowed to be judged one time for one mistake,
right?
Not one mistake every single time that happens to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good book. It was very cheap. I think it was like $8. The Four Agreements. You know what I'm saying? It's not a high ass reading level. You know what I'm saying? They do have light words.
You got a paperback?
I got a paperback. Yeah, I read like a chapter a night, and it's only 4 agreements. It's like introduction, 4 agreements, and then like the end of it. So I'm already 2 chapters in. Really, really good stuff. I mean, that "Be Impeccable with Your Word" was like, I'm like, damn, you really don't.
You don't think about that hard enough.
Yeah, like, you don't think about how.
You don't think about it in the moment what you're saying until afterwards, and then you sit with it, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, you're like, damn.
But you can't sit that. You also, like I said, that what you've been saying is a good point. You can't, even if you make the mistake of saying some horrible shit like that, you can't tread on it forever.
And you can, and then you can. How can you walk back on something?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't.
Like some people take that shit so hard. It's like, fuck, I fucked up bad.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize how bad their words like really do hurt. And you know what I'm saying? That's something I gotta learn. I was talking about it with Tahir. He wanted to recommend the book. I'm like, this book is great. Like,
absolutely.
I was like, it already taught me a lot. I'm 40 pages and it already taught me so much. I'm like, damn, I really need to work on this shit. Like, really, really badly. Because like sometimes I do be tweaking out. I'll be like, yo, you got dog shit aim, dude. Like, all right, your name is
so we're in copper.
Your name is
I want to. Everybody that's watching this, y'all. So I play 2K with. I used to play 2K with these guys. I mean, they left me. You know what I'm saying? So I had a Zion build, right? So I'll get finished and take. Niggas tell me stop slashing. Changed my whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta play Madden. Like,
that's not true.
Can't slash.
I just said don't slash your takeover.
That's crazy. Like,
dude had the worst slash takeover build ever, bro.
Like, I don't want to say worse. Like, it was just horrible.
He dunked on everybody until he activated take.
Like, he was 12 for 12 at a point. If it's 12 for 21, shit don't make no sense.
All missed dunks.
Shit don't make no damn sense, man.
Get him next time. Get him next time.
Like, all right, one more time, fellas, for the road. Like, nah, bro, we can't do that one. But thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, appreciate all you guys' support on the socials. Obviously, the TikTok update kind of changed. Obviously, some stuff. You know, we hope you guys are still getting in the following. Like, I've been losing people in my following. And
my shit is like just random.
Yeah, I don't even know who I'm seeing right now. I'm not even seeing Joni Brony stuff anymore. That was my guy. So, really hope you guys are still with us. You know, on Instagram, on TikTok, not Instagram, sorry, YouTube. Like I said, live every week, Thursdays. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you guys are in tune. Obviously, the clips. If not, hopefully things change on your TikToks, and especially because TikTok is like really, really down for a lot of people. So hopefully that turns out good for us. But with that being said, see you guys next week, and have a good one.